Following Marquis Gad Albion's challenge, Edward, brimming with arrogant confidence, readily agreed to the duel, declaring it a splendid idea. Lest, with unwavering calm, confirmed his acceptance of the challenge. Edward and Sidward reacted with a frustrated sound, anticipating the impending confrontation. Then, a new presence made itself known. A voice, clear and brimming with curiosity, broke the tension. It was Elna, stating simply, "How interesting." Edward, Sidward, Lest, and their father, Gad, all reacted with surprise at her sudden appearance. Elna then asserted her intention to serve as the duel's witness. Lest mumbled in confusion, while Edward and Sidward exclaimed their master's presence. Gad Albion, recovering from his shock, welcomed Lady Elna, questioning her unexpected visit since their next lesson wasn't scheduled so soon. Elna explained that a message spell from Estella had reached her, informing her that her students were attacked by a gale wolf and had retreated. She explained her inability to sit still after hearing such news, apologizing for any inconvenience and mentioning she seemed to have just missed Charo. Gad Albion quickly reassured her that it was no trouble at all. Elna then revealed that upon her arrival, she overheard her 3 students preparing for a duel. Edward, Sidward, and Lest all reacted with surprise. Elna stated that in such a case, it was only right for her to act as the witness herself. Gad Albion reacted with shock at the mention of 3 students, expressing his confusion as he believed Lady Elna was only tutoring Ed and Sid. Elna calmly revealed that due to a strong request from him, she had been giving less private instruction on her own. Edward and Sidward reacted with stunned exclamations. Gad Albion's shock intensified, as he demanded further explanation. Elna reiterated that her instruction of Lest was strictly personal and that, compared to her other students, she had hardly spent any time training him. But more importantly, Elna continued, stating her belief that Lest alone could not defeat both Edward and Sid. As his instructor, she declared her need to see for herself where Lest's confidence came from. Gad Albion, accepting her reasoning, expressed his honor at having her witness the duel. Lest internally affirmed that Lady Elna spoke the truth. A month ago, he could never have defeated both his brothers at once. The narration added that Lady Elna had been observing him all this time, which was why she knew that Lest was not the type to brag about strength he didn't possess. Elna then directly challenged Lest, urging him to show her the truth if his words were genuine, to prove it. Lest calmly responded, "Yes, master." The duel commences. They all gathered in the training ground for the duel. Edward observed Lest's wooden sword with surprise. Sidward reacted with a frustrated sound, clearly annoyed that Lest was indeed their master's disciple. Lest mentally noted that while his weapon was just the wooden sword his master gave him, his brothers were using real combat gear, despite it being a 2-on-1 fight. Gad Albion loudly declared that it was the same setup as when Lest allegedly repelled the gale wolf, reminding Lest that he was the one who insisted on proving his claims. Lest confirmed he had no problem with the terms. Lest's inner thoughts revealed his true confidence. He believed he could beat them both because of the new power he gained through Tame enhanced physical ability and wine magic. However, he decided against using wine magic in this duel, desiring to keep the power of Tame hidden, as his trump card wasn't wine magic alone. Elna's voice then rang out with a powerful declaration, signaling the duel officially begun. Edward and Sidward rushed towards Lest to attack. Sidward aggressively called Lest a weak little punk, asserting his intent to take him down himself. SFX, Sidward's swift movement. Lest, observing Sidward's speed, mentally noted his quickness. SFX, WHOSH of error as Lest evades. Sidward reacted with surprise, then shock, wondering why all his attacks were being blocked. SFX, WHOSH of error as Lest continues evading. SFX, Sidward attempting another strike. Edward then brusquely told Sidward to get out of the way, stating his intention to finish the fight in one swing. SFX, WHOSH of Edward's powerful swing. Edward loudly scoffed, questioning if Lest truly thought he could block his steel greatsword with a wooden stick, asserting he would snap Lest's sword in half. Lest's inner thoughts focused on his true trump card, MAPHLL, SFX, clang of wooden sword meeting steel. Edward reacted with absolute shock, exclaiming his disbelief that Lest had blocked his attack with a toy sword. Lest calmly revealed it was a technique derived from mana control, calling it MAPHILL. The narration explained that Phil channels mana into the microscopic gaps within an object, drastically enhancing its durability. Les then added, with a hint of condescension, that since his brother had only ever swung swords around, he probably wouldn't understand. Edward reacted with an angry exclamation, his frustration clear. The narration further elaborated on Phil, stating that it was also present in the game as a general-purpose frontline skill, requiring vast mana reserves and precise control to master. Les' daily training in mana refinement had given him a certain level of technique, and after taming Geralt, his mana capacity had surged, allowing him to finally use it in actual combat. Edward expressed intense frustration, finding Les' ability insane. The narration also highlighted that Les had unlocked body reinforcement, a general skill that boosts physical strength by flooding the body with mana. With his enhanced weapon and newfound power, Les realized he was ahead of them in both aspects. Les, launching an attack, let out an energetic sound. Edward reacted with a grunt of pain. SFX, step Les' agile footwork. Edward uttered a frustrated sound. Edward then reacted with shock, and Sidward, equally shocked, questioned how Les possessed so much power. Les then calmly declared his turn to attack.